Am I audible to all of you? Okay, fine. Okay, fine. So today we have the workshop for essays. We had one session earlier. Today is the concluding session. In the first workshop, I discussed 4 things. One is that the syllabus of the workshop of the essays is not very clear. The UPSC only says that you must write concisely. You must take with the topic as close as possible. You have to express yourself properly, and the essay must be organized. Okay, so write the exact words, write the exact terms, make sure you don't miss the essays, and make sure that your essay has organization with good language. And I emphasize this point: the language is not the scoring point on its own. Not to say that that language doesn't matter, but if you focus only on language and you have the comfort that you have a good background of English speaking skills, that won't be enough. I guess that I focused on. The second I focused on is it's very important that you understand what does the topic demand. So we had a small conversation on how the tone of the essay is as important as the words. The tone can reflect frustration, sarcasm. The tone can reflect anger. The tone can be admonishment. The tone can also suggestive. So there's the underlying emotional theme that you have to identify along with the wordings of the essay. Yeah, please come in. So that was one discussion we had in the last workshop. And the third was, I insisted that an essay, when you open up, the essay must have dimensions. So quickly for the sake, so first understanding the requirements of an essay. I said the syllabus does not tell us much about what the essay should be, very vague words. Okay. Second is your language is not the most important aspect. The language should be good, but not a defining aspect. Third, I said is an essay may be very important to understand the topic, And when I am talking about understanding, you make sure you also have a fair idea about the tone of the topic. Because sometimes the essay does not exactly want to convey what the words convey. So I remember an essay topic a couple of years ago, they had asked whether women emancipation. So this can look like a question is being asked. Whether is a poetic way of saying where. Whether women emancipation. Where is women emancipation? If you see this as a question, tell us where is women emancipation. Emancipation is something about freedom, about empowerment, about liberty. So if you read this topic as that the topic is asking us, tell us where do you have women freedom? Where do we have the women liberty? Then you can answer that we have liberty in women because Constitution says so. We have liberty for women because education is encouraging for all. Today we have a lot of emancipation liberty because we find women in lot of government and private jobs. Okay. Now this will be a wrong interpretation. Because this word whether, this actually is a sarcasm. It's a rhetoric. It's something like a frustrated man asking, where is women emancipation? So the essay should not be on telling us where there is emancipation. The essay should be on where there is no emancipation. It's like somebody who's frustrated and trying to ask, you talk about women development, you talk about women empowerment, you talk about so many laws, you're talking about so many policies, but the fact is we do not have emancipation. The fact is women still are under the burden of some social or traditional compulsions. So this is the meaning of what I mean by the tone of the essay. Okay, so do not read the words on its own. Understand there could be an underlying, and this tone matters a lot when you are writing abstract topics, when you write philosophical topics are not merely about the words. There has to be some underlying idea, some underlying say tonality. One way of knowing the tone is you can talk in the context of maybe some recent events. Okay, say if I ask you a topic like can the problem of global warming be addressed in all honesty? So this is the topic I give you. Can the problem of global warming be addressed in all honesty? Now, to write the essay on this topic, you can always start from the context. If you look around us, what's happening? A lot of governments are breaking their own promises. We find the policies are not as aggressive to ensure forest protection. We find everywhere the climate change is increasing its impact on agriculture. We find there's a lot of heating and heat waves. Okay, so if you look at what's happening around us, there's actually a lot of pessimism now that we might be running out of the possible solutions. So for a question, can the problem of global warming be addressed with all honesty? Ye pucha gaya hai because somewhere the question setter is challenging. Are we really honest about what we are doing? Are we really sincere about what we are doing? If we were sincere, this topic would not have been asked. If we were really committed to the problem of solving global warming, then this topic would not have been one of the essay's topic. So when you write an essay, don't simply see this as words to be answered. You have to look at the tone of the essay. There's an underlying emotion. There is an underlying undercurrent that you should not ignore. So when I am stressing on understand the topic, understand the demand of the topic. So what I mean by that is you have to focus on what is the demand, which is by reading between the lines, by focusing on the context, the developments that you are seeing around you as a part of current affairs. Okay, so topic understanding is a very important first step. And there I made one analogy last time that see the topic as the heading of a write-up. And this heading is like a summary of whatever you want to say. Okay, then you will understand how the write-up must not go against, should not challenge the wisdom of the topic. And then another point I made was that make sure you have got dimensions. Okay, so how to develop dimensions, I can take up only when we actually start the proper classes. But just to explain what I mean by dimensions. Now see, when you write anything, Khaskar, it's an essay type of a discussion across 4, 5, 6 pages. Online, am I audible to all of you? Online? Okay. On our LMS, on the YouTube, am I audible to all of you? Yes, Kumaran, Sarvesh, Anjali, Anand, Vivek, Sagnik. Yeah, I'm audible to all of you? Yes? Okay, yes, okay, fine. Take it. Yes, Pranav, thanks. Yeah, great. Okay. So this idea called dimensions kya hai? Now see, what happens is that when you write down something, the writing should touch couple of different type of ideas. The writing should touch on different type of ways of analyzing or different aspects of some ideas. And those aspects have to be very distinct. Okay, so if I'm writing an essay on a topic called as X, so one aspect can be how was the X made? Okay, one aspect can be where is the X found? One aspect can be who found the body object called X. One of the aspect can be, what does it mean? Okay. So if I can identify these kind of distinct topics, then what happens is my essay starts getting diverse in the treatment. Otherwise, the essay ends up talking only about one thing and ignore the rest. So dimensions बहुत important है. And then I stressed last class में that the dimensions should be like your headings. They should be like the subheads under which the essay is developed. So these three I had touched on quickly. Now I want to emphasize on two different things. One is, what is a good essay and what is an impressive essay. So my students in the class would understand what I mean by this. See, when you are writing an examination or when you are giving an interview, when you are trying to put your best foot forward, the idea is that you are being evaluated. ये बहुत important understanding है. Okay, you are being evaluated, you will be given marks and you will be selected. So when you write something, there are different reasons why you may write. So one type of writing is the write because I like it. I don't care whether you like it or not. I write because I like it. Again, I am writing something. Some types of writing could be like, I am expressing myself as to what I think. Again, it does not matter what you think or don't think. So I'm writing because I want to express what I think. I'm writing because I like writing. And one type of writing could be I'm teaching others. I'm informing others. I'm sharing my views and I'm trying to educate the others. Typical something like what's happening in the newspapers. The articles of newspapers are a way of the author sharing his ideas with you. A way of the author trying to educate you about what he thinks. And in that education or sharing, it does not matter whether you like him or not. Okay, because if I'm an honest scholar, if I'm an honest writer, if I'm really a concerned and an honest, say a reporter, I will not care about whether you like or not. I'll tell you what I think is the truth. I'll tell you what I think is my idea for you to accept or not accept. But so those type of write-ups are creative write-ups. Those type of write-ups are research write-ups. Those types of write-ups are reflective write-ups. Now these write-ups actually are not being evaluated to give marks. तो इसमें आपको जो लिखना है लिखें. Some of them can write very absurd things and they get popularity even if we know that the idea is absurd. हम marks नहीं दे रहे होते हैं. But the essays that you are writing is very different from any creativity, any research, any reflective. Your essay is being evaluated. एक है ना कि I am putting on a shirt because I like it. I am putting on a shirt because I think it's cool on me. Okay, I don't care about what people think. Or second hai, I'm going to face an interview, a place where people will form opinion about me. I'm facing a board who will give me marks. So there I will not put on a shirt just because I like the shirt. Okay, I will be very careful that the people don't misunderstand me. The people take me seriously. People consider me as a genuine candidate for that job or whatever. So ये बहुत important wisdom है that your essay is being evaluated. Your essay is getting marks for you. That's why don't say anything what you want to say in the name of creativity. Don't say whatever you want to say just because you have researched something and you found some very interesting idea which you also know is a radical idea and an absurd idea. Don't write anything just because it's your reflection. You are trying to put your best foot forward. You are trying to prevail on, oh, this is the idea which is a good idea and I hope to get good marks. So when you write an essay, the idea is not simply a good essay. but an impressive essay so that the examiner gives you good marks. So I'm always against writing an essay for the sake of creativity. Sir, ये मेरा idea है. I don't care about the idea. Okay, you also know the idea, and people ask us, how do I know that this idea is not acceptable? ऐसे ये तो आपको पक्का ही पता है. You have done your GS, you know polity, governance, history, economy, ethics पढ़ा है. ऐसे हो ही नहीं सकता that you do not know that what you are writing is an absurd idea. Okay, if you say that, it could be naive or you're unnecessarily trying to be arrogant. आपको पता होता है कि this is a very radical idea, this is a very, very questionable idea. Okay, you also know it's probably not appreciated, but some of you have a habit of shocking others. So आप कह देते हो. Don't do that here. So when you write an essay, make sure it's an impressive essay, impressive enough to give you marks. And a good essay is like, it's like a good essay is a good essay if it ticks off 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 points, like decent language, like you have finished on time, like you have given examples, okay, which are relevant, like you probably wrote in a good handwriting, okay, and there is accuracy in what you say. That's enough. That's a good essay. When I say impressive essay, it has to be striking essay. So a good essay is not enough. A good essay can get you maybe 30-40% of the marks. आपको target करना है, okay, 55% of marks आपको लाना है. We're targeting marks 130 plus. You can touch and cross 145 plus, and some do get 150 also. So we are looking at these type of marks. Naki, I'm happy with less than 120. I'm happy with less than 100. This is not the objective here. So for impressive essays, I have a kind of formula. I call that as the CIA formula. Okay, not CIA the way we know it. CIA formula is the essay has to be credible. The essay has to have insights. Okay, insights. And the essays have to be analytical. 3 important bases of what is an impressive essay. One is the essay, whatever you say, is credible. Credible का मतलब क्या है? That it is established as authentic. Credible means something that has a power of its own, as it is a right thing to say and all agree on it. Credible is if it has solid basis of what you are saying. So can somebody tell us how to ensure an essay becomes credible? आप कैसे करोगे ताकि essay आपका credible लगे? Anybody in the class? How do you ensure कि आप जो कह रहे हो it's a credible essay? Anybody? It's like setting up a proof. I am saying non-violence is a great virtue. How do I make it credible? I am saying a big problem for the country is unemployment. How do I make it credible? I am saying global warming is a massive problem and now it probably is irreversible. How do I prove that? Yes, you make it credible by using data. You make it credible by quoting some book, by quoting some speech, if you know, by quoting some great personality. By the way, when I'm saying quote, I'm not talking about proverbs. When I'm saying quoting means say, okay, who has said this also? Okay, you give some data and you give some examples wherever possible. So good examples, when I say examples, they must be striking examples. Examples which are recent examples. Yes, yes, even for philosophical essays. Okay, you can quote from some historical event. You can quote from some historical personality. You can give the reference of an institution, give a reference of some body, some research, give some data. That way you make your essay credible. Otherwise, it becomes a bland information. It becomes a bland set of facts, a bland set of ideas. You want some credibility. Okay, so good examples, good data, smart analysis through maybe some quotes. This gives you your essay an edge. Yes, yes, that's one. Second is, what do I mean by insights? Now, this is where lot of people struggle. Insights ka matlab kya hai? Insights means some deep understanding, okay, that can look like your unique idea. A deep appreciation, something very new maybe, or something very different. Insights, insight ka matlab hota hai, you knowing something from within, something that otherwise was not well known. For example, my insight is the violence that we have around us and the incidences that we have around us is partly the consequence of maybe our upbringing, maybe the consequence of exposure to media that is uncensored. The violence we have is less about the event itself, it's about the type of people that we are. An insight. Okay. So insight is some kind of a deep appreciation, some type of a deep, understanding of something. And most insights, you can be inspired from history. Most insights can be inspired from some kind of psychological basis. You can always think through it. Yes. So insights बहुत important है. So don't fill up the essay for the sake of filling up the essay. I'm always very critical of that pestle method. ये मैं last time बताया था. A lot of people write an essay on political, economic, social, technological, environmental, legal dimensions. I say, no, you don't have to do that. You must pick up only one or two dimensions and make it insightful. Maybe the essay is mostly on economic aspect, but make the economy discussion more deep. So here you need some element of depth of understanding. That's why essays has a very good impact from the GS. When I'm saying psychological aspects are there, you can use ethical issues as insights, economic issues as insights. Okay, so this is one element of creativity. Your essays have to be creative, but don't have creativity for the sake of creativity. And one dimension, one deep dimension is good enough. So insightful essays. And the third aspect is, I said the essays should be analytical. So when I say analytical, the word analysis basically means breaking up something into constituent parts. Analysis means you take up anything and break it apart, okay, and examine each aspects in detail. Analysis का main form है giving reasons. You take up any issue, if you can give reasons, you take up any issue, if you can explain in terms of why it happened, if you can talk about the cause, it becomes analytical. Every topic will have enough aspects to discuss in terms of cause. Every topic will have enough issues to discuss as reasons. Your abstract topics may, there will be a statement given. So you can always justify the statement by giving examples that makes it credible. The statement itself is philosophical, it is insightful, add something there. And importantly, explain it in terms of the reasons, the causes. So that's how, okay, I think your essay can become impressive. So I've seen this when I ask students, क्या आपने essay लिखा है? Okay, I'm checking your paper. Now tell me in the essay, what do you think is the best insight you have given me? And I find most students have no answer. I ask them, tell us which of the points you gave me gives your essay a solid credibility. And I find again students are struggling with that. So when you write an essay or when you prepare an essay, ask yourself this question, कि इसमें कौन सा point is insightful point that I know is very interesting, deep dimension. Others could not have written that, and I think that's a powerful argument. वो कौन सा है? अगर essay में नहीं है, it means your essay will not be impressive enough. Similarly, ask yourself, what is it in the essay that gives credibility to my ideas? Any arguments you have, make sure you link it with some kind of examples and good data. Maybe refer something happened. One good way of developing credibility is, see if you can make some references to good books. Lot of famous books are there. You have read articles, you have read some interesting, say, journal, read some research paper. Okay, refer to that. Okay, that book says so, that article says so, so and so scholar says like this, and that is why I am saying this. Therefore, my idea is credible. So that is a test for all of you. So when you bring an essay to me for checking, my question is rarely on how much did you write. So a typical traditional basis of evaluation क्या होता है? Okay, how many points, how many pages, did you give solutions, did you have an Indian angle? Okay, were you able to okay, cover all aspects? This is a very traditional list of or checklist. Is your essay good or bad? Okay, how many points did I write? Sir, I wrote 5 points, 6 points, 10, 15 points. मैंने ये भी point लिखा, मैंने वो भी point लिखा. How many pages? Sir, I had a good long essay. I'm very happy. I wrote 10, 15, 20 pages. Like, I'm not happy because I wrote 5 pages. Okay. Did you give solutions? Oh, sir, I gave solutions. I gave this angle, I gave that angle, and so on. Okay. Did you manage to cover all aspects or not? Did you give example India? This is not wrong, but this is a very traditional way of evaluating. I'll say the more impressive way of evaluating will be, in your essay, how many insights? Or did you give insights or not? In your essay, how did you establish the credibility of your write-up? In your essay, was it analytical enough or not? So it's not about how many points. Points आपके पास कम हो सकते हैं. Okay. But if it is deep, analytical, and insightful, less points also will give you very good marks. Maybe you did not write enough pages. You wrote only 7 pages or 8 pages. So 700 word के आगे नहीं गया. Doesn't matter. If the essay has good credible arguments, good analysis, deep insights, that's good enough. So when you are checking your essay, okay, make sure you do this. I'm not saying don't do this, ठीक है, but this should not stop here. Evaluation must move towards, did I make my essay impressive or not? Okay, having said this, now see, there is one more aspect. So one is, I said, the CIA formula, how to write a good essay. Okay, so I just explain those points to you. क्या बोल रहे हैं? Okay, Shubham. Shubham, this is what will be taught when we start off the classes. Okay, I hope you understand. I cannot teach you essay in 1 hour or 30 minutes. So those who are preparing on your own, I'm giving you some checklists. अब आप कैसे करेंगे? You must know that, Shubham. But if you want to learn this technique, then Shubham, you must join my class. Okay, I might sound a bit immodest here, but I think मैं ठीक ठाक पढ़ा लेता हूँ essays. The classes are starting from 21st. Yes, from Tuesday. No. It is not only for this year's mains. It's also for next year. So those who have done 3-4 months of GS classes, you're also welcome to join. Yes, of course. The bulk of the topics I will discuss will be those topics which I'm expecting for this year's essay. But then I already told this to you, okay, that you can't anticipate those. Anybody from YouTube you want to ask me? Zoom guys? Yes. Anybody? Yes, Plim, rich content, you are right. Yes, Vivek, eye-catchy examples and data. Philosophical essays. What about it, Shivram? क्या पूछ रहे हो बताओ? I missed your comment. ठीक है, ask me when you can. Okay, let's get back here. So I said one is that your essay must be impressive. एक तो CIA technique हो गया. The next is that when you attempt your essay, try ensuring 2-3 things. Try ensuring that your essay has some type of futuristic vision, and the idea is applicable and relevant for times to come. For time, see, and this is more applicable for philosophical essays. How much choosing a topic matters? Oh, it matters a lot, Pranav. It matters a lot. Okay, ठीक है, ask me, I'm answering this. देखो, the basis of choosing a topic should be your gut feeling. Can you write on that or not? Okay. And you have an approximate idea, okay, I think I know I can attempt it. So it does matter. If some of them choose a topic, deliberately difficult one, telling that if I write difficult topic, I'll get more marks. Some of you, before the examination, have decided that I will not attempt philosophical topics. Okay. I say both these type of assumptions is not correct. I'll come back, Ankita, for you. So choosing a topic matters, but what topic you will choose, you have to trust your gut instincts and be open about writing on whatever topic you think you can be comfortable with. Don't make your mind beforehand. Some of them make up their mind that I will not write on women topic, that I will not write on environment topic, मुझे marks नहीं मिलता है. Don't do that. No, Pranav. Every topic has equal scope to get good marks, provided you do justice with the topic. No topic is okay, a biased one, कि उसको लिखोगे तो marks कम आएगा. Generally, what happens is most people get less marks on women topics and environment topics. उसका reason ये है, environment and women, all of us know so much that we end up writing whatever we know, we don't care what the topic is. It's like a formula thing. Women पूछा, you write down a format, question कुछ और पूछ रहा होगा. That's the reason why, okay, people writing on women topics and on environment topics, they score very less. But if you do justice, every topic is equally scoring, Pranav. Now, ये एक और problem, I do not know who has told this to you. Allow me some time, Navneet, I'll come back on that. Any questions? Ankita. Ankita, I have given you some tips here to prepare. Okay, if you're preparing on your own, you follow this. Otherwise, of course, if you can join, I'll be more than happy to support there. Okay. Yes, but don't give up. It's very much possible. If you do a focus study of 10-12 days for essays properly, that's good enough. 10-12 days dhang se karo and write maybe 5-6 essays. Yes, Subhash, correct. Okay. I will cover around I think 10 to 15 topics in the class discussions. Plus, there are another 7-8 topics as a part of your essays. So you can expect 20-25 topics I will discuss in the program. Yes, a mix of topical essays, and I am emphasizing on abstract also. I'll come back to you a bit later, Navneet. Pali khatam kar lete hain. Now see, most of the philosophical essays are what? They basically are some kind of a brilliant idea, or they are a wisdom. The simplest one is, think of all that glitters is not gold, or empty vessels make much sound. I'm going to give a very simple ones I'm telling you. So if you are given an abstract topic, generally it's a wisdom. It's some kind of a brilliant idea. Some of them are principles. So when you discuss an abstract topic, there are 3-4 things you should do. Number one, spend enough time to explain what that topic means. Real is rational, rational is real. So I'm kind of giving you the formula for writing philosophical essays. Okay, a formula for writing abstract essays. One part of essay can be explain. Ye batao, what does it mean? Empty vessels make much sound. What does it mean? So you elaborate it. Okay, that's one. Second, because the philosophy is true, because any philosophy is always valid. Because the philosophy is true, okay, what should we do? Means empty vessels make much sound. It means people who lack knowledge, they talk more. People who lack insights, they debate more. People who are hollow inside, they end up asserting more. People who actually are more scared, they show off that they are brave. So empty vessels make much sound. I've explained what it means. The next step is, now that I know that empty vessels make much sound, people who are hollow inside, who lack knowledge, who lack understanding are the ones who shout the most. Therefore, what should I do? I should be careful about people who talk a lot. I must be respectful of people who keep quiet. It's wise that I don't give my opinion everywhere just because I want to be heard. So, har philosophy ka ek meaning ho gaya, and because it is true, what should we do? So, this is about how can I apply it in our lives? How can I apply that as a part of our conduct? Okay. And you can discuss this with examples. Discuss this with examples. Say I give you a topic. I'm picking up a random topic that I discussed in some of the session earlier. Think of this one. Said data enriches our cognition but dulls our sensitivity. Data enriches our cognition but dulls our sensitivity. What does this mean? Data is like fact. Data is like information. Data is like a lot of numbers. Okay. So if I have more data, it enriches my cognition, as in it enriches my brain. It enriches my knowledge. It gives me more information, more data, more information, more data, more knowledge, more data, more awareness maybe. But it dulls our sensitivity, means the more data I see, I get more and more less affected. The more data I see or more instances I see, I kind of get desensitized. So आपने data दे दिया मुझे, X number of women are being raped, X number of children are human trafficked. Every year, so much of people are dying of poverty. Every year, so many people are killed because of wars and conflicts. The more numbers I know, I am enriched. But itna numbers dekhne ke baad mein, I don't care. If people die, they die. What we call as becoming less sensitive. I am getting desensitized. If I've done this, I've explained what the topic means. Data enriches our cognition, but it dulls our sensitivity. Now that I know this, what should I do? What I must do is watch less television. What I must do is, okay, stop using social media indiscriminately. What I must do is take care of my children so that they're not exposed to these events more than their mind and heart can manage. I hope I explained what I mean by these two aspects of philosophical essays. Don't use a formula that I'll write political, economic, environmental, social. No. You have a philosophical topic, you have an abstract topic, explain what it means, then come to what should you do. And third, I'm saying something futuristic, which means that if the wisdom is followed, what will my society become? And if not followed, what can we become in the future? So if you apply this formula, आराम से आपके philosophical topics में आप you can write down 6-7 pages with lot of convenience. Is it okay? No, Vivek. This is the problem. I did not say basic topics are less scoring. No, Vivek. What I'm saying is, if a topic is a familiar topic, if the topic is what you have read, be careful about it. Why? Because you know lots about it, you end up writing whatever you know. You ignore what the topic demands. I am not saying basic topic scores less, Vivek. आपने घुमा फिरा के गलत चीज infer किया. Okay, you be careful. Something like I tell students that if a topic has been asked which has an overlap with your optional paper, again be careful. Because a pub-ed guy writing about issues of governance, sociology person writing about social issues, a geography guy writing environment issues, again the same problem. Because you know a lot from the optional, you end up writing like a technical optional specialist. Your essay has to be more journalist. Your essay have to appreciate the issue from a well-read, educated, aware general population, not as a scholar in that subject. वो हम expect नहीं कर रहे हैं आपसे. Vivek, did I answer your question? Okay, I digressed. Come back here. Vivek, on YouTube. Okay, come back here. So I said, I've almost given you a mantra of, okay, fine, Vivek. A mantra of how can you approach an abstract topic? One is explain the topic. Number two, tell us what we should be doing because that idea is right. And third, tell us futuristic, that if that idea is right and it's followed, what will our society, our lives become? And if not followed, what will my society, our life become? So I'll take up a topic of previous years and see if it makes sense. Okay. I'm taking easy one last year. Say, I think it was among the easier ones. Hand that rocks the cradle rules the world. Hand that rocks. Here, rocks is taking care. The cradle is having the baby, and the mother is putting the baby to sleep. So, hand that rocks the cradle basically is about the role of mother, the role of caregivers that have love, affection. They are the ones who shape the children. They are the ones who shape the future generation. And they are the ones, therefore, who actually are deciding the world's destiny. Hands that rock the cradle rules the world. That the root of whatever development we achieve, the roots of our achievements are our mothers. The basis of our greatness is the mother who brings up. And as an analogy, it could be anybody else who is like a mother. Qualities like compassion, care, qualities like being sensitive. That's what a mother is. Mother represents forgiveness. So hands that rocks a cradle would also imply some of these virtues. That who rules the world is somebody who learns to forgive. Who rules the world is somebody who cares for the others. That is what the topic means. Now that that is true, what should we do? What we must do is, we must be very mindful of how children are brought up. We must be very mindful of family values and early childhood care. What we should be doing is, the government and institutions must invest in child care, must invest in health of the mothers. And if we do that, India or the world can be a better place, more compassion, a better society. And if we do not do this, the world can probably descend into a chaos. We have examples of leaders who have had troubled childhood and they have wreaked havoc on our society. We have examples of leaders who had great mothers, great care, and they are what they were. The Gandhiji and his influence, and the influence of his mother on him. And the examples of people who end up in destitute homes, in orphanage, what havoc they can create because they lack sensitivity. Just a quick example of, take up a philosophical topic and divide into these three parts. What does the topic mean? Now that it means this, what should we do? And if it is done, what it means. If not done, what it means. So this was one of the consistent requests I had, is tell us something about how to write a philosophical essay. Easier said than done. Most of us get trapped in understanding what does that topic mean. Ab iska ilaj is nothing but practice more abstract essay, get those checked and evaluated. Practice as many topics as possible and make sure you have somebody who tells you whether your understanding is right or wrong. Have I addressed most of your concerns now? Anybody here? Anything you want to ask me? Then I'll tell you what you should do as a part of your planning. स्ट्रेट फॉरवर्ड स्टेट में जीएस इन वोकैबुलरी और प्रणव कम ऑन, ओके, कीप इट सिंपल, यू आल्सो नो दिस, ये पूछ रहे हो मतलब आपको आंसर पता है, ओके। एसेज मैंने शुरू किया था पवन, प्रणव, that essays do not require flowery language. The essays of UPSC are more like reports. They are not a word of literature. Keep your language simple, write grammatical, okay, say content, no spelling errors, and you communicate whatever you want to say. You don't require a flowery language. Anybody else? Any doubts here? Okay, now let me answer another question. What is the right time? What is the right time to prepare for essays? Prepare for essays. Now, this is something I think concerns all of us. अब देखो, if you are giving your mains, फिर तो कोई question ही नहीं है, आपको करना ही पड़ेगा. And I doubt if people spend enough time, okay, they wait for the mains largely, okay, and it shocks me because essay is 250 marks, and 250 marks, you can have a good range of score. You can have a difference of 30-40 marks sometimes between what is possible and what you get. Or 40 marks बहुत होता है. You deserve 130, you're getting 90. That's a huge swing. For 500 marks of optional paper, we end up spending 7-8 months. For 1000 marks of GS paper, we spend up 1.5 years. 9 महीने का क्लास करते हो, 10 महीने का क्लास करते हो, प्लस टेस्ट सीरीज. 250 मार्क का ऐसे पेपर है. And you're not even willing to spend 10-15 days on that. So if you are giving your mains, you have got no choice, start now. And some of you have asked me, sir, can I wait for the results to be declared and then start, because then you'll decide how to go about? I can't. Because see, if I start the course after results and the preparation spills over near the mains time, then you are not able to revise the portions of GS and optional. The wisdom is finish half your essays preparation before the results are out. Okay, so if you start on 21st, starting on Tuesday, I can finish off a good part of your essay preparation by probably mid of July. Any case, by first, second week of August, I'm done. Okay? And you don't have classes every day. Twice or thrice a week, aapka class hoga, that's manageable. So those giving a mains, please start immediately. What can I answer to that now? You're asking me, the GS course has essays. Yes, I know. But I can't judge, no, what have you been taught? My perception is, if you are doing a GS course and you have not practiced 15-20 topics, फिर तो आप सीख ही नहीं सकते ऐसे writing. And I know I take at least 1 hour to discuss one topic. At least 1 hour. Which means in 6-7 classes, I can't discuss more than 6-7 topics. Maximum maybe 8-9 topics. So essay classes which are part of a GS, it's for you to judge, not me. कि आपको लगता है अगर हो गया तो ठीक है, हो गया, कोई बात नहीं. But आपको लगता है कि enough नहीं हुआ है, then you must take up. I mean, if I speak more, I'll end up promoting myself. As a teacher, that becomes a bit tricky thing for me. Okay. Yes, this course will have approximately 16 to 18 classes, including test discussions, correct? So start immediately, that's one. And those who are giving for 2023, देखो, by January or Feb, you will focus mainly on prelims. It's impossible that you will want to study essays at that time, although we also have a course then. Advisable yahi hai. Achha, by the way, before I enter this, see, one advice to all of you. Your prelims is whatever, May end or June 23, okay? Please make sure that when you are giving your prelims paper, your mains preparation is over. If not over, at least 60-70% is done. Because if you have not finished your mains and you clear your prelims, these 2 months are not enough to qualify. This is the most common reason why students fail in the main examination. Because for many of you who are giving first, second attempt and not clearing prelims, आपका पूरा focus prelims में होता है. And if you clear prelims, you realize, oh, I did my mains 2 years ago. I did my coaching 1 year ago. हम भूल गए. And many of you have not finished this. You have not learned answer writing. You have not memorized ethics and social issues. So the rule is, you give your prelims only when you are confident that you can attempt 60-70% of the mains paper before the prelims. So you are kind of mains ready. Otherwise, don't give your prelims. Koi fayda nahi hai. It's a waste of time, energy, frustrations alag. And when I say mains preparation, I mean essays also. Can we learn essays in 15-20 days? Yes. But then it'll always be a majboori type of preparation. But if you can prepare essays properly, it gives an edge. So in this gap, you only join a test series. Rather than learning all nuances from scratch. फिर आप सिर्फ test series करो यहाँ पर. So my suggestion is, in any case, if you are giving a prelims in May or June, right from January or Feb, you will focus on the prelims. So I will not advise you take an essay course here. But अगर अभी नहीं लोगे, तो January में लोगे आप. So you can take the classes now. If there are offerings in the month of September, October, तब भी आप देख सकते हो. Okay, so that's your comfort level. But yes, before you take essays classes, you should know some amount of GS. Those who have begun GS right now, I'll say don't take it right now. Then you take it a bit later. Okay, maybe after 4 or 5 months, you can come in the month of September or whatever. But those who have done 4 months of GS, those who have done the GS last year maybe, okay, यही right time है for the essays preparation. So should you prepare for essays? Yes. What time? It should be before the prelims, but definitely try doing it before January. ठीक है? Any questions here? अगर आपको, if you have got 10-15% understanding of current affairs, you have some idea of GS, history paper, polity paper, idea हो चुका है. You know what type of issues UPSC is talking about, then you can jump into essays. Because through essays, what happens is, you also learn the nuances of how to read newspaper. In the class, I always tell this, that most of us, when we read newspapers, we are focusing on mining data. We don't focus on how things are written, how things are expressed, how ideas are organized. जब essay class कर लोगे, you start having an eye into those aspects also. That's the important part of essays learning. So when to join the essays, I hope I've answered this. The next question is, how to go about practicing and learning. Now, this is your choice. Your strategy for self-preparation is different from strategy in guided preparation. Either, see, it's your call again. It's something like, should you join coaching classes or not? It's not a question for me to answer. Okay. If you can manage on your own, go ahead, do it. But same idea, do it before January, practice 10, 15, 20. Yes, that's the problem. When you're practicing, who will check your essays? Who will tell you on the right path? So if you need that, then you need the guided preparation. But you can do either of this. As a teacher, as an institute, this is what I do. Does not mean this won't work. But to find out if it works or not, you must give your tests. Give the tests and see how your understanding is. Yes, Navneet, correct. Anybody on the LMS registered? Any doubts? Yes, Vivek, I would recommend that. अगर आपने just शुरू किया है GS classes, maybe 10-15 days or 1 month or so, then you are not right for the essay classes. Join maybe in the month of September, October when we launch the next one. October or November, okay. But those who have done 4-5 months of essays classes, GS classes, you can join, definitely. Anything else you want me to answer? Hi, Himanshu, good to see you. Anybody else amongst you? Any doubts here? Yes, it's more like a workshop where I initiate you, tell you something about the preparation. Achha, now, a kind of a checklist for you. In essays, are you on the right track or not? Checklist. One is, you must have enough content, data, maybe insights, maybe examples across 10 to 15 themes. आपको ये इकट्ठा करना पड़ेगा. Either teachers helps you or you do on your own. Themes क्या-क्या हैं? Environment theme, globalization theme, democracy theme. You have themes around women empowerment, themes around social media, themes around health and psychological well-being. So if you look at previous year's topics, you can identify 10-15 themes, broad themes. Yes, yes, Atul. Yes, you have no choice. आपको सीखना पड़ेगा. If you're giving your mains, you have got no choice. Okay, so those self or guided में, is your checklist of whether you are on the right track for preparation or not. So identify 10-15 themes, and for each theme, you try collecting data, try collecting insights, try collecting examples, try collecting quotes. And I say if you have 1 or 2 pages of content, that's good enough. The course is starting on 21st Omkar, on Tuesday evening. So Atul, start now is my suggestion. That's one checklist. Second checklist is make sure that you have practiced, I'll say 5 to 10 topical essays and 5 to 10 abstract topics. Topical essays are more straight and more current affair based and more thematic. ये straight वाले होते हैं. So I would expect that you have written at least 10-15 essays if you are giving next year. This year के लिए 4-5 लिख लो, 6 लिख लो, that's good enough. But इतना आपको लिखा होना चाहिए. 5 to 10 topical essays, pick up 5 to 10 themes from here, write good essays. When I say good essays, my suggestion is don't go for spontaneous writing. कि टॉपिक देखा और लिखना शुरू कर, don't do that. Do a research, collect facts, write 2 or 3, say, drafts. ताकि वो ऐसे आपका एक important base बन जाए. The essay will become an important content library for you. Okay, in 1 year time, I don't think it's a problem to write 15 or 20 essays. So very good essay on women with data, facts. फिर कुछ भी पूछेगा women पे, you can use some of the data and facts. So I'm saying write good essays and researched essays. So one essay can take you 1 week, so be it. The same thing here. Write good researched essays. Yes, that'll be nice. If you have some teacher or some friend or some mentor who can evaluate and say, yes, this is a good one. Okay. The third checklist is make sure that you have attempted, iske alawa, okay, you have attempted, I'll say 5 to 10 topics from previous years. I think last 3 years preparation is good enough. Last 3 or 4 years ka essay likh liya aapne. Say 2 essays from each of the years. So at the end, you will have about 15, 20 essays, which becomes the basis of your good writing. So previous year's topics, some lists you have taken from some test series, and you have a list of content in the form of basic fodder. Ye aapka checklist hai. If this is done, this is done, this is done, you are ready for essays. For the mains, this year, you cannot do as much in detail. Yes, but फिर भी 3, 4 here, maybe 2, 3 here. 5 से 6 लिख लो, उतना भी काफी है. You can't have more than this. Yes, once you have done the preparation, then join a test series. ये एक problem है. That most of us join a test series without actually practicing and knowing the techniques. And the objective is, sir, test series में हम class discussion सुनेंगे. That's a pathetic objective. Okay, you cannot learn anything if you simply listen to the conversations. Wherever you join, that's your choice. You have to prepare, know the techniques. You have done enough practice, then you go and give your test. So the fourth thing as a checklist is make sure you have been part of some test program where your tests have been properly evaluated. Is it okay? We started the workshop a bit late. We had login issues here. So have I answered your 3, 4 questions? Some of you asking me last year how to write an abstract topics. I gave you a short formula, your checklist, and what's the best time for you to start. नहीं विकास, अगर एक बार कोर्स कर लिया है, then you can directly join the test series. But of course, yes, the topics I'll discuss in this program will be different from earlier. Yes, all the 10, 15 topics are different this year. You're welcome. आप repeat करो अच्छी, no, not a problem, you can. That's your choice, it's your confidence. Hi Sakshi, good evening. Anybody else, any questions? Okay. So thank you all for participating. I hope I answered some questions. My batch is starting on Tuesday. I will be the teacher. I might take a help of one more associate faculty for a couple of classes. We have 4 tests included. Okay, 2 tests are 1 topic test and 2 other tests are 2 topic tests. Yes, we'll wind up by mid-August. 4 tests. Okay, my Wishes to all of you. Good luck. If otherwise also you have any issues to clarify, you can walk into our office here. We'll address whatever we can. Bye, all of you. Bye-bye. So, Sakshi, अब करो practice फिर नहीं लिखा है तो before the results are out, write 4 or 5 topics. The same for answer writing also. Start writing. Join a program. Yes, for geography, we have the main support program. You can do that, SK, no problem. Yes. We have approximately around 16 to 18 classes and the test discussions. The detailed schedule is on the website. Day by day, I have mentioned. We start on 21st. The classes are in the late evenings from 6 to 8 p.m. Yeah, late evenings, man, from 6 to 8 p.m. Yes, online and offline both. The same class will get streamed online. Bye then. Bye-bye. Bye-bye, all of you. Bye-bye. My wishes to you.